Welcome to the show, welcome to the show. Here to give you knowledge that you didn't know. Put you on some game, now you got a buzz. You are now listening to Cannabruhz. Welcome, Cannabruhz and Cannabis, to a special edition of the Cannabruhz podcast in celebration of Black History Month. We're diving deep into a series of episodes that honor the profound contributions of Black trailblazers in the cannabis industry. Join us as we explore the stories, the achievements, and legacy of Black entrepreneurs, activists, and innovators who have shaped the landscape of cannabis culture. Today, we have the pleasure of being joined by two amazing young brothers who have taken their perspective, expertise, and their real life skin in the game to bless the industry with a 20-time award-winning product, a top 10 cannabis beverage product. And they're not 8, 9, or 10. So take a hint. Drop some cups in the comment section right now for our homies, Kenny Cottrell and Chris Johnson of CannaLean infused syrup. Make some noise. There we go. Man, so we've had the pleasure, of course, of having you guys on the podcast before, but we, of course, had to kind of run it right back, spin the block on them, and do this for Black History Month, because you guys are a great, like a prime example of like perseverance, of taking your education and your experience and actually implementing that to take, you know, our culture to a whole nother level. So for word on the street, that this is this story that I got from greenmarketreport.com. Is the title is Blazing the Super Bowl Trail.
It's becoming more socially acceptable.
Man.
And because, you know, we're in Vegas. If getting drunk and drinking in the open is acceptable, you know, you're going to have some leeway with just consuming cannabis.
Yeah.
Especially when you see that the violence has gone down, the things that with cannabis related, it's, you know, you're not getting the same outcome and things that, you know, you have alcohol with. And it's a lot of positive shit.
Yeah, it is a lot of positive shit. Figured that would be a good question to ask y'all, because y'all are able to actually look into your own analytics and say, yeah, we did see like a spike. Like, this is kind of crazy.
It's around from Christmas, from Thanksgiving on to especially culminating on the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends that came in town for the Super Bowl. Everyone's asking, where can I get some CannaLean at? Do you have some CannaLean with you?
I'm seeing it everywhere. I mean, we're in Texas, so, you know, like we really, everything is illegal, I guess the best.
Glasses. You right to jail. You undercook fish. Believe it or not, jail.
No, I'm just kidding. But talking about like high THC percentages, then yeah, it's probably illegal. But when it comes to like the different consumables, like the infused syrups, you know, like the different edibles and stuff like that, you definitely see like a lot. If you go out to the bars, if you go to the game, you know, like you can't go out there and think you're gonna only see beer.
The pregame is real.
It's
I was
real.
in Austin recently for the Association of Energy Service Professionals, and I was once surprised by the number of CBD stores, but the amount of CBD beverages that everyone's consuming in Texas was kind of like mind blowing to me. A cannabis beverage is like easier to share. It's like everybody used to want to pass the blunt. If I got a drink and I can make 10 drinks out of one bottle,
Too easy.
too easy.
It's too easy, and you don't have to smell like weed. You know, a lot of people don't, you know, we come from the area, we don't mind smelling like weed. I don't mind the smell, the process. But if you're new to consuming cannabis and your problem before was the smell,
Yep.
you know, people always knew that you were high because of the smell was the problem. Being able to consume and not having to smell it is a huge thing. You know, I know it isn't that big of a deal to us consumers, but people who are stepping into this industry to not have to smell like cannabis or taste cannabis in their mouth when they're consuming cannabis. You know, you pour into a beverage, you don't even know. You just start feeling your buzz within 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing for them.
Yeah.
You know,
no,
it's becoming socially accepted, kind of like alcohol.
Yeah.
You know, alcohol is very similar to the same way, where you can pour a drink and you can drink it and you don't have to smoke it. If you had to smoke alcohol, you'd consume so much less alcohol.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
That would be so much less. But,
man, you ain't lying.
But because you make it easy to consume, like cannabis is becoming easy to consume, people are consuming it more, which is great for the business aspect of it. You're just seeing the increase in different people who are consuming. You know, you see your newcomers who will come and buy the 10 milligram bottles, but you'll see your experienced people who come and buy 3,000 milligram bottles, or, you know, 800 milligram. It's just, you're seeing the increase in consumption as well too, which is great.
Yeah, and I'm seeing a lot, you know, the other thing where the impact is made is, it's like, forget if you don't like the smell of cannabis. What about when you're like, I'm going to the Super Bowl, I'm going to some heavily crowded area, I'm with my family and my mom, and I'm with, you know what I'm saying, my mother-in-law or something like that, And now everybody's like, I just pour up.
100%. But I still want to be able to consume. You know, I don't want to have to like not be me because they're here, but I also want to be respectful, not smell like weed. This is where edibles and drinkables come right into play.
They're predicting by 2028 the cannabis beverage market will be 640 million.
That's crazy.
But we're talking about 4 years from now. We're talking about almost doubling again. That's why it's growing, because it's being more socially acceptable. We know a lot of athletes consume cannabis. They're even starting like not even testing it no more, like they're doing like the NBA. We're going to see another increase. We're going to see more marketing opportunities for it, and we're all going to see, like, at the end of the day, it's the growing market. Like it is the fastest growing market within the cannabis space.
Oh man! So now, when we talk about consumables, let's get straight to it. Let's go ahead and really talk about the cannabis beverage space. So of course that's why we have you guys here. But in addition to that wealth of knowledge for the cannabis industry and the cannabis industry as a whole, let's talk to our people, man. Let's talk to our people. Let's get straight to it. What discrepancies do you guys see that there are out there for black men or black people in your very position within the industry? Is there really a difference? Do you believe in it? Or do you believe that, hard work and everything else that, the typical American story likes to portray?
No. I mean, like, let's be honest with you. I'm a black guy. We didn't come for money. We don't have any rich parents.
Damn right.
We had to work for everything I got. I understand about the pulling by the bootstraps, but also to be black, you're scrutinized twice as much.
Yep.
But my parents always taught me that as a black man, I have to be better, smarter, and basically 10 times smarter and better than your white competitor.
Yep.
So I've always talked that the heart. This is why I went to Morehouse College. And now, a lot of times, the first thing someone says to me, "Oh, Kenny Cottrell, you're a really smart guy. I see that you're getting your doctorate." It's like, I feel like that's a lot of the reason why we have been approached by a lot of different companies, is because that we do have these pedigrees. Like I said, I am a doctor candidate. Chris is an FDA certified organic chemist. So it's like we have to be better than our white counterparts, unfortunately. But guess what? We're up for the task. I come to win.
Let's
go. I take checks on a daily basis. So like that's part of the business. It is what it is. Like I said, we got the best cannabis beverage in the country. We're a 20-time award-winning brand, and like I said, anybody who wants to say something different to me, I'm gladly we could do a drink competition any day of the week. I mean, that's just how I am. But on the business side of it, I do pride ourselves that me and Chris are two African American men. We're highly educated. Mm-hmm. We have a very tight network of other black, with our lawyers, Black Jared Hodo, shout out Ice Miller Law Firm. We've had our investors, also black. As like I said, we're both, me and Chris are both proud members of 100 Black Men of Las Vegas. We're all about like not only being black, but being a black man showing excellence, but also being like a pillar in the community where we're helping out not just ourselves, but the next generation of business owners. That's like I said, that's what we do it for. We want to make sure that we're laying down the groundwork for the next black man who want to get into cannabis. They got someone to look out to, someone to reach out to just help them along the way without them just wasting money and just getting lost.
Absolutely. You can't be out here getting lost. We can't afford it. We don't have as many opportunities to make back up the ground that we lost. So like we already start so far behind. I was taught the same thing, by, the adults that were, had a hand in raising me would say, hey, you don't have the opportunity not to wake up earlier. Like if you do that, you think you're going to be on time, you're going to always be behind. Like, it's just the truth. Like, because you're going to get into this habit of being just enough, and you're already behind. You're a black man in America.
Oh no, I can be better. I don't. Chris will tell you that. My confidence is on 10,000. I think I piss excellence, the right backing, the right things. Like I said, the numbers speak for themselves. The metrics don't lie. We're on track to like do numbers, but like I said, I couldn't do this. Like I can't say we always a pro black thing. I've had a lot of white guys, Asian guys help me along the way. A lot of them gave me my real connection and stuff. But at the end of the day, they understand that me and Chris are black guys. They've worked with us on pricing. They've given us favorable terms. We've also asked for it. And like I said, at the end of the day, they're not going to us because they like us. They like they see the numbers. They can check the metric report. Yeah. Like that guy sold 20,000 units last month. Yeah. What more can I say than that?
Yeah, how are you seeing the discrepancies just being black trying to operate in this industry, Chris?
If you're a brand and you can hide behind a brand and don't have to show that you're black, I think it's different. But if you're someone who has to be the face of your company like me, I think it's a little different. Trying to sell a product that sounds black. CannaLean, I use the nickname because that's the hood term for a syrup that gets you high. So me in term using that, I've not gotten into stores because the name sounds too black. They try and say some other things that, oh, that's not appropriate or acceptable for our store, but you sell Coca-Cola in your vending machines. That's named after cocaine. Coke. So what the fuck is the product? Like let's be honest, the name sounds too black for you, but you just can't say that. But that's been a lot of problem in a lot of stores. So I mean, being a black owned company isn't the hardest part. It's trying to still be black and be a company. Being white and being a company, there's never a problem. You can't say a product sounds too white. That doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
That doesn't fucking exist. You can call it Billy Joe Bob and it'd be the fucking number one selling product out there. Wouldn't be a fucking question. Yeah. But saying CannaLean, even though my product is sugar-free, vegan, and plant-based, it's made by an FDA certified chemist, you're still gonna tell me no that it sounds too hood termage or just say too black. That's the black. Fucking problem. But we can't get to the point where you can't admit that something is too black for you, but it can never be too white. You know, and that's the problem I think we have in not just in this industry and in being a black owned company, period. Yeah. You can never really be yourself. You have to be just enough of yourself so people know that you're black, but then you still have to be appropriate enough and speak the proper way that they want you to speak, or else they don't fuck with you. Yep. You know, and it's like I have more degrees and Kenny has more degrees than all of these motherfuckers we sit in rooms with. Yet for some reason, if we don't speak in this perfect, proper termage, you don't take me seriously. Like we're smarter than all of you, not just saying it on paper. We're smarter than all of you. But yet for some reason, we still have to go above and beyond. Yeah. You know, and that's the part where I do get a little frustrated because it's been 10 years for me now. And I've, you know, being a company on the streets where I got to be me was one thing. You know, I got to deal with people who bought my product because they knew it's CannaLean. It was similar to lean. You could pour it up the same way. Those who sip lean, it was an easy way for them to get off of it. Now, when you're dealing in the regular industry, when white people are behind it, it's a problem because of the name. Yeah. Not because the product isn't the best. I have the best product in the fucking market. That's not a question. My product is shown through the fact that it's selling better in every other store than every other product, and you won't carry it because of the name. Like that's.
I mean, that's where you gotta move on from the kind of things. Like at this
and then,
point,
but you have to be able to shake that off, though. If you can't shake that off, it's gonna be the problem. That's what I gotta be honest with you. If you can't shake off people being that way to you, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, and I'm glad that you mentioned the frustrations, because let's not act like, you know, success can wipe away the issues that you're going to have anyway just because you're black. Let's be honest, like
no, that shit hurts.
They're waiting
no matter
for
where
us
you're
to fall.
At life. That shit hurts.
Yeah, you can go. You can be as high as you want to be up.
And for me, it's different. For me, it's different. For me, it's like I come out here to like kick ass. Like I'm dead ass when I say that. Right. I came here to kick ass. I came here to make you feel stupid. I came here to take all your money. Chris is a heart and passion and soul in each one of these bottles. Whereas me's like, I want the bottom line. I want the money. You need to put me on the shelf. If you're not going to show me, tell me why. If it's some racist, I'm going to sue you. I have no problem filing a complaint on you. I'm litigious as shit. You think we're gonna fuck? You think I'm on these black guys?
No, and he's being honest because we've done it. We've done it. You know, a company carried our product for Black History Month, carried it for 1 month for Black History Month to promote that they had black-owned products on the shelf, and then pulled us off March 1st.
Only and for me to go and file a complaint with the Cannabis the compliance board on it. Like I said, sometimes they think you're a black-owned brand. They can say whatever you want to you, and you have to take it. And that's like, I'm not that dude.
They think you're ignorant. They think you're without knowledge.
Black dude. Who will protest, sue you, and I get off on that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not good.
But that's the benefit of having yin and yang, because I'm very passionate, and I'm not that type of person. I'm passionate about the product. That's why the product comes so well. Right. And to have a partner who can do that other side, who can make sure that, no, I can remove my emotions from this factor, get the fucking product sold, get this here. If this is this reason, we're gonna get this done. That's the benefit of having the yin and yang, of having two parts to your company and not being the same exact person. Have a business partner who's the opposite of you and still being able to get along and understand business wise. Yeah. Because if not, I can't do those things.
The game, we always try to put people on game, but the game that you guys passed to us in the first time that we sat down, if you haven't checked out that interview that we did with the guys of CannaLean before, we're gonna make sure that we link it to this one so you'll be able to check it out. But you guys are, man, y'all are dropping gems now, but that was a game changer for us specifically. So just wanted to give y'all's flowers while we're recording.
Thanks. Like
thank you, man. Appreciate that.
We're big on collaboration. Like that's my big thing. That's one of the other reasons why we've grown so fast, especially with the black community. They've always had our back. Like I said, I've thrown the craziest probably block party at Morehouse ever seen. I gave away 1,000 pre-rolls, 1,000 bottles of CannaLean,
Yeah.
2,000 bottles of drinks. Morehouse now has their own cannabis club, which I think is great. They're trying to get more young African Americans into cannabis. Every time I go back home to Atlanta, they got their own dab bar, they got their own brands, and now we're coming together. Like that's the good thing about like where we're going on now. Now we're an established brand, other established black-owned established brands. Like I can work with them automatically because they feel like family. If the numbers are there, if it makes sense, they do clean business. Why not go work with them?
And that sounds like a lesson. You know, I wanted to get into the lessons that you guys have learned in business from the last time we met to now. Is there something new that you say, hey, you know, maybe it was something that you guys didn't necessarily implement at that time, or it's just something new that came about? Because I know you guys are always sponges and looking to learn.
This new contract that we just did with Space Station taught me a lot.
Let's talk about it.
When Chris went out the country to Spain for his brother's wedding, I had to like get through all the numbers, find out everything. With one of our manufacturers, they were just playing us. It was just if the numbers weren't there, we figured out like, you know what, we'll just end the contract. Investor might didn't like it, but at the end of the day, it was best for the company. We thrived from it. Get all your documents in order. I'm talking about insurance, manufacturing, labels, bottles, top. Find yourself a sales team that makes sense. Find yourself a distribution company who are industry leaders. Give us those kind of things like right now. That's why right now we're with Neighbors. We're working with Pedal Fast. We're working with Space Station. We talked to KSS. Like get to know who the big boys are and don't feel afraid that you can't approach them. They're all companies like this. One referral from one company led to all of this. A couple of white guys out of California. We helped them get in the store here. They paid us back, helped us get in the stores in California to the point it was like, yeah, y'all manufacturing can be way better. Come on, manufacture where we get our products on, which is going to increase our profits. Which going to increase our profit because like we're not going with like fulfilling and logistics. That was the headache in cannabis. Once we start realizing we're making cannabis from growing from just Nevada, because Nevada is very small. It's a two-city state. State. California is a monster. There's 866 stores trying to get product there within a week or so, 2 weeks. Now we can do what we do was like learn the logistics and work with better manufacturers on like getting the product produced in a timely manner.
I love it. I love the fact that, like you said, that you guys are still listening, still soaking up stuff. Chris, tell me about the lessons that you were able to pull out from the last time that we sat down and had a conversation.
I would say if you think you don't need it in this industry, you do. Like if you think you have to, I don't really need to do that. Or I don't need to. No, you really do. You need every bit of insurance. You need every contract you can get. You need to know every bit of sales numbers you have. Like if you think you need all that, trust me.
And I hear both of y'all saying that.
If you want to be with the big boys and play that big game and actually have your product really sold, you need to have that shit. And you don't need to scramble and try and rush and put it together. You need to have that shit ready. I got
a question though about that, because both of y'all mentioned, just making sure your licenses and your contracts and everything are together. What about for those young businesses that are like, oh, I'm so young, I'm so green, right? I'm so young in the game. I don't know if I can get all of this at one time. Do you guys actually recommend, hey, you need to make sure everything is checked off, or do you need to wait until you find the right distributor or find like what's the best option?
Okay, so I can give you my street, what the nigga in me would tell you, and then I got what the new businessman in me would suggest.
Okay.
So I like this. The streets in me would tell you, push your product until you can make enough money till you can start putting this shit together. You can push your product. It's been sold outside of legal dispensaries for as long as it's been around. Trust me, you can still do it and put your money together. If not, Google some shit. Gosh damn it. We have phones and all this fucking technology in front of us and we don't want to use it. Just fucking Google business documents and then copy them and put your information in there. Like it's the simplest shit in the world. Stop trying to make things so fucking complicated and recreate the wheel.
Right.
Look at somebody else's wheel, put your shit inside of it and then see if that works. And if that doesn't work, then recorrect the information that didn't work. But you have to start from somewhere. Like you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to be started to get great. Like there is no option in that. Just start with something. Put something together.
Yeah.
Go to an investor. We went to our first investor with fucking barely any information. Now we're going with more information than anybody could fucking ask for. But we didn't get there by like just doing it on our own. It took going with this much information, then adding a little more. He told us, then go to this much information. Then, okay, they want to see this, add that to your deck. You know, just keep adding shit to it till you have a full deck together. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take seeing 5 or 6 people and running your shit across multiple people to get it right. But don't think that it's just, if it was that easy, everybody would fucking do this.
Yeah, you can't be afraid of the journey. You wouldn't be the only person in this game. You know, it's going to be hard.
I would say the best money if I spent on is hiring a good lawyer. I'm gonna tell you this now. Like talking to the lawyer gave me an understanding of like what I'm supposed to look for a contract, what are acceptable, how am I not going to protect myself? Because like there's Chris have people like oh, let's do a project together, and then like, oh, come to find out Chris can get voted out anytime. And I was like yeah, what the fuck am I sign this shit for? So like I said, make sure I would say hire an attorney. That would be the first one I will put my money on. Get your corporate setups done first and foremost. Like you need to get your EIN, Secretary of State, trademark. If you can't do those things, take your time, get that done first. I will focus on getting all that stuff done first before I start talking about I'm gonna go buy pounds and liters of distillate. That's just me. But like I said, my background is corporate. Is corporate. I grew up working for my uncle's law firm. I was 12 years old to like all through college. And like I said, I'm a doctoral candidate. Like I care about the contract and stuff. If I don't have nothing on contract, I'm still with street shit, and I don't got time to be doing street shit. I'm too fucking old.
Yeah.
So like I can't tell no one else. Just spend a couple $100, get that LLC.
Yeah.
A EIN number first. Spend another $1,000, get that state trademark, and apply for your federal one, and then get it together. Once you get a nice little bag, hire a lawyer. It's going to cost you at least $35,000 to $5,000 just for them to answer any questions. But you will take that knowledge will make you millions.
Come on.
At the end of the day.
That's game. Y'all better go get it. Go get it. Go pick it up. Yo, the other thing is we bounce back and forth talking about, going from what you guys are doing in the cannabis industry to let's just, do something that really, drops gems on our people. Let's talk about y'all's involvement. I'll let you say it, but, let's talk about the involvement in organizations that support and uplift the current and future generations of Black entrepreneurs in America. I know it's one that you guys are very...
Yeah, everybody knows this is my thing.
Let's go.
I'm a proud member of 100 Black Men of Atlanta, Las Vegas. Graduated, had one of the highest SAT scores in the public school system that year. And then they ended up giving me a scholarship to go to Morehouse.
Man.
So from that, I'm indebted to them. So fast forward 20 years, paid for it. I'm now helped charter the Collegiate 100 chapter at UNLV. I'm also a grad student, finished my post-bac, my master's, and now I'm doing my doctorate. This year, we took 8 students from UNLV to Atlanta to participate in the Collegiate 100 National Next Gen Convention. Those same kids were working on trying to get internships. For me, it's a passion thing for me because I could have been easily one of these kids that was locked up.
Easy.
Could have been not dropped out, but like I said, I had people that care for me. I care for each one of these young kids. I want them to win. I want these guys to do it. So for me, that's my thing. Like last week, we had I had 2 events on 100 Black Men. We had Bill Jones Jr. and Malcolm Jenkins from the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, I saw that.
Speak. They did a fireside chat that was mind blowing. It's here you got this millionaire football player talking to the legend Milton. And Milton's been on Bank of America boards. He's he's that dude.
Yep.
And you got the corporate and the athlete at the same time. That's a powerful image. That was mind blowing. Then the next morning, we took 50 kids from our programs come to the Caesar's Palace to meet NFL alumni and future Hall of Famers and current Hall of Famers. These kids' minds were blown.
Gotta be.
You don't know some of these kids are. That might be your next middle linebacker, might be your next senator. It doesn't matter. I mean, but like I said, we support Black excellence. That's one thing our organization is about. So I can't say enough about the 100 Black Men. They're a phenomenal organization. I got Chris to be a member because, like I said, I can't do this by myself. If I'm on, I got to bring my business partner on. That's the kind of guy I am. If that just speaks loudly on that.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy if you didn't. Chris, do you feel like that's had a major impact where you were able to see culture shifting in a way thanks to 100 Black Men? What has been your experience with the organization?
Oh, 100%. I'm one of those people who truly believes in you can't. I'm not gonna say you can't, but it's hard to be something if you don't see it. So especially as a Black man growing up, I grew up in the suburbs, so I didn't have many Black people around me. I was one of 4 Black people at my elementary school and one of 15 in high school. So I didn't grow up around Black people, especially the ones I saw didn't really inspire me to want to be that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
I'm somebody I never wanted to be. I didn't want to be a.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I'm a very intelligent human being who wanted to be inspired by something like that. And then being with 100 Black men, seeing intelligent Black men who actually do things in the public,
Yeah.
who actually have a word that means something. You know, they can hop on the phone and call a senator on the spot, you know, and we needed them. And I'm one of those firm believers. It's hard to be something until you see it. And seeing successful Black men who are doing the things that I truly wanted to do gave me that true inspiration to keep going and doing that. Because you do fall off sometimes. It is, I'm not going to say it's like this permanent motivation you have when you see it. You need to consistently see it.
Yeah.
Consistently see it. And that's why I think taking these kids out, especially when we take them to events and we show up, we show ourselves, you know, we're younger Black men who they can look to and realize, oh, we can be that. We can be business owners who went to school and got their degrees and still in school getting his doctorate and still owning businesses. Wow, we can do that and be successful and drive nice cars. We can still go to the club and hang out. We can still do all that. Yeah, you can. Like, that is part of this process. We try to show them that.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest part of this whole process, and especially 100 Black men, is being able to take these kids out and show them that you can not just tell them. Anybody can tell you you can be anything you want to be. Yeah, fucking that's great. Who? You can show you. No, you can be this. This motherfucker does this, he owns this motherfucker has 6 cars, like, you're like, oh wow, I don't have to be a rapper or sell drugs. No, I mean, you can own businesses.
Yeah.
You work for this bank and did this and this, and you're like, oh wow, I've never thought about that. Of course, because you've never seen it before.
Because you never saw it.
So seeing this type of shit, not even just for these kids, for me as well, has been such a huge thing. I'm a firm, I'll be 100 Black men the rest of my life. My kids will be in 100 Black men. That's not even a question.
I love it. And if people want to get involved, there's Black men that's listening to this out there, like, and they feel like they do need that extra motivation. How can they reach 100 Black men? How can they get involved? Can you guys help us with that?
Yeah, someone call me straight up. I'm on the executive board in the Vegas chapter. I'm looking up LinkedIn, Instagram, my name, pretty easy to find.
Yep.
I love to help people out. Everybody knows it about me. It's like what I'm really passionate about. If I make a billionaire, I'll probably still be doing. I'll probably teach and treat Black men still smoking weed on the weekend all the time. I mean,
that's
saying
something.
Doing the same shit he's doing now. Man.
I'm not going to change because I remember my uncle, like, he's a lawyer, like, he's 100 Black men, and I remember him just coming. I said, "Uncle Mel, you made all this damn money. Why you at the office? Like, your auntie get on my nerves, and this is how we stay married." So I was like, I grew up like seeing my uncle doing, like, I need to be doing the same damn thing. Shit. Now I look for people like in other companies, like, no, like, what are you doing to help your African Americans in your community? Do you have any internships? Do you have any scholarships for these kids? Because, like, I want these kids to succeed.
I love it, man. I love y'all's involvement, and again, prime examples of when, you could do more with your 24 hours in a day. It seems like we never have enough time, and I'm sure we all 3 of us can still, get even better at the balancing act of, work and life and, enjoying and working and all that kind of stuff. But the way that you guys are still looking to inspire the next generation, and you're currently doing it while CannaLean is charting.
There's never a better time than now. Like, people always do this waiting process where they think there's going to be some other time to,
That's
like,
real.
Do that thing. Like, no, when I get the money or I get all the success, then I'll take it and do that. No, when you're getting it, you can still do the process.
Chris,
like,
that's a good point.
You have to do it now so that when you get the money, you'll really know how to do it. Because if you start then you might get too complicated, distracted. You got all this money, it's just too distracted.
Yep.
Do it whenever you're going.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I like about the organization that, like, now that I'm getting more money, there's other guys with money. I just ask them what to do with said money.
Right.
How to rich back.
How have y'all been behaving up here? That is so important because, one, not only have we not, there's not enough examples, or there's not enough kids paying attention to the examples of the people willing to be the example, but that's at, like, the foundational, like, the primary level. What about when whether it is through playing football or you did start your own company, or it is in music, or you did figure out some way to start accumulating M's.
I saw what Malcolm Jenkins and Milton Jones this last weekend was mind blowing.
Yeah.
You're talking to a Pro Bowl all safety. I know he made at least 30-40 million playing football, and the guy who's, like, every Fortune 500 board you could possibly think of.
So you be able to turn.
Basically, Milton is basically mentoring Malcolm on, like, how to, like, all right, now you made all this money. How do you become, like, the leader and help mentor? Like, the 100 Black Men is the largest mentoring organization in the country. That's we part of saying that. So now we're just mentoring. And then for me, I felt like I've been mentored by Gentry and Raymond from our chapters on, like, how to become a better young businessman or a young adult. Yeah. And for me, it's like these kind of things in life, especially as a young black man, a young successful black man, and like it keeps me humble, like remember where I come from as well too.
Enough said on that. I got one last topic though that I felt had to be like a necessary non-negotiable when it comes to having these interviews for Black History Month series. That's this whole decriminalization and or legalization. So like we got we've spoken to a lot of business owners. We were actually, just being out in Dallas and, being at a dispensary there. And we had a business owner tell us, I would rather it not be legalized because of the way of life and everything else that'll change for her as a small business owner and other things. So I've heard so many different perspectives, and I felt that it was important to hear it from powerful Black voices during this month. What is y'all's, and I can hear it individually, of course, if you guys have different beliefs on that, but where are we with the decriminalization and the legalization conversation in your eyes?
It's me and Kenny. Of course, we're about to have different opinions on this shit, man. Come on, man.
Of course.
It's how we do this. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you just how I feel. So I think turning it, descheduling or rescheduling it is stupid.
That's the current conversation.
Because what it would turn it into is to a pharmaceutical drug, which would give power to pharmaceutical companies away from the people who actually earned this. That's what's different with cannabis. People in this industry earned where they're at. Legalizing it, I understand it. This is why I was so adamant on being a product, is because I didn't want to be a liquor store. Owning a cannabis facility is like owning a cannabis dispensary is like owning a liquor store. I want to be the liquor product inside the fucking store.
Right.
I want to be Casamigos. I want to be 1800. I want to be the fucking product that's sold in all these different stores. So when it goes legal, that's great for our kind of company.
Right.
For small mom and pop dispensaries, that's not it. But if you're a small mom and pop grow who has a unique strain, you're gonna fucking sell out, because the guy in Virginia who's never smoked your shit's gonna pre-order your product.
Yep.
The guy in Kentucky is gonna order an ounce. Like you're gonna, it's the people who own brick and mortar stores are not gonna like legalization. The people who have a product that they put their heart into and made are gonna fucking love it. Because
I'm glad you drew that.
That's the thing. Most companies, if you have a good enough product, Coca-Cola wants to get into cannabis, they're gonna buy our fucking syrup. Yeah, they're gonna buy us out.
I'm for it. My motto: reschedule it, bank it, tax it, and collect the tax money and put it in education. Just regulate it like to do alcohol. And we're still talking. And with to Chris's point, I'm a brand. I'm gonna get paid. We all know I'm doing it for the money. I don't know what to say to that.
I love it. No,
I'm telling you, our opinions on shit are amazing.
I love it. No, the best. But the thing about it is, we need to have different opinions. Like and that's another bigger conversation for BHM, right?
No, it is. But it does us no good having the same.
It does us no good. What does
that do for us?
Nothing.
What does that do for us? Who's really trying to actually have a real fucking business and really operate. You can't do it on one opinion. Like me having one side is only going to get you so far. You need everybody's options and opinions. And you could ask us honestly any kind of question. I promise you, we're going to have almost opposite answers to this shit.
Right. And it's necessary because I'm glad you said it that way, because it's like, why would I have to go outside of my trust circle to get a different opinion? That makes no sense. Right. Like for me, it's I know I trust Corey, but we think completely different. And that's, like I said, that's why y'all's advice was so beneficial to us in the last sit down. But it's because we think completely differently. So when I need to get an outside opinion, all I got to do is just pick up the phone. I don't have to go search for a person. I don't need
anybody around here gonna kiss my ass. I don't like that. I don't have no friends who kiss my ass. I definitely don't want a fucking business partner. I fucking want. I need somebody who's gonna be real with me. Tell me the shit I don't want to hear. Like that shit that my mind tries to you try to ignore. No, I'm not really doing that. And then someone says it, you're like, all right. Like Whitney, you're a crackhead. You're like, all right, maybe I am. All right.
Yeah. But no,
I'm a pretty simple businessman. I just want to make some money in a clean way, empower my people, help my family out. Like I said, we need to reschedule it so we can bank it. Because that's the biggest problem with cannabis to me. We can't finance this shit to get loans like a normal company, can't factor this shit. Like we're talking about,
we can't even do write-offs.
Yeah, look, as having a financial consultant business, y'all, man, we hear the same stories all the time. We understand we had to also find capital solutions to be able to help our clients because we had the services without the capital solution and they can't get funding. And so we had to find like an untraditional method, through unsecured funds and other stuff like that to get them some capital so they can actually fund their dreams because of that issue. So I see both sides of it because that's me when I'm working on or within the financial consulting business.
Yeah, I need the money. All this is irrelevant. If they're talking about rescheduling so I can put banking, I'm to the races straight up. I don't have to go after that. Like I understand Chris is like always the more passionate one about the good product and shit. I
understand that side.
I don't really go that many.
No, but if we reschedule it, it turns it into a pharmaceutical only, so that we would have to get a pharmaceutical license to even produce the product.
Got one. And that's where I come to hand. Like I'm not worried about that part. I just want to be able to bank this money and collect this money for the education. That's it.
Yep.
See, that's my emotional side. Me caring about the legacy companies who put time into it, who don't have a pharmaceutical backing, who wouldn't be able to do that. I still pick up my ounces in Ziploc bags from every, just. Right. Those people who still grow the same grass they've been growing for 10, 15 years now. That's cool. They would be at a job.
We can help them out. CannaLean. We got consulting businesses. We all got consulting businesses. We're gonna bring in the market. Yeah, that's more money for us. What are you talking about?
And that's why things like this are hard to pass, because you see even me and him who get along can still have this many different opinions on such topic.
Yeah.
And that's why any topic. That's why I feel like when we talk about even getting into elections and these type of seasons where it comes into voting. Even your closest friends can have the different opinions. Like I
don't give a fuck what you vote for. Shit.
In fact, that's some game that I give my daughter. I'm like, if you have friends that only agree with you, you don't have real friends. They ain't helping you. Like, so you can only be as good as you believe you are because you have no one actually challenging you and trying to sharpen you. And so that's just the truth. But guys, I appreciate that those different perspectives, because you're gonna have so many people that are listening and watching this that are like, hey man, I'm kind of a Chris type, I'm kind of a Kenny type. So, but it's different. It's more so about we all kind of want the same thing. We just want it in a different way, And like we've learned that being on both sides, because of we having the media company, we get to spend more time on the consumer side, right? When having the financial services, we only spend time speaking to business owners, so it's a different type of experience that we get. And so, man, I really appreciate y'all like bringing it all together within the discussion. Man, you guys are the truth, man. If you guys don't know about Kenny and Chris of CannaLean and CannaLean in general, if we're talking just product, they can still go to CannaLeanSyrup.com, right, guys?
Yep.
Yeah, we got a 60% off all month. We're doing it's our 10-year anniversary, and then it's Black History Month, so we're doing a 10-year anniversary Black History Month sale. 60% off the entire website. If you can try every one of our products right now.
That's crazy. 60% off, bro.
Yep. See, everything, every single thing on the website.
Everything, man. I'm gonna have to go. I mean, right now, because this is real talk. I still have yet to try CannaLean. I'm standing by because I see the way that you guys are moving, and I rock with and admire the actual business behind it.
You didn't see it, but there was a tear that just like.
Man, I'm tearing up right now.
It's slowly just dripping right there, and that.
I still have not tried CannaLean.
I'm seeing a new one. I'm seeing a new one. It's stronger. We got 1,000 milligrams.
You got a new one.
100 one.
Guys, where do I send my address? Where do we send the Cannabruhz address?
Text him. You got my number. Text it.
I got you. I stand by because you guys are just stand-up gentlemen. We had this conversation talking about 100 black men, talking about what you guys are actually doing for the community and empowering like black brothers now and the future, young black kids to actually strive for more. I love the way you say, we're going to exude excellence. Like we have no choice. We're going to be black. We're going to be excellent. You're going to see it come from anything that we're involved with. So I just want to one more time give that Cannabruhz salute to both of y'all, man. Y'all are the truth. We appreciate you guys, man. We starting to damn near consider y'all honorary Cannabruhz. I owe y'all some Mink Mentality merch and some other stuff.
Yeah, so. I was gonna say I need a shirt. I need to be official.
We know what?
To be official.
We gonna send some text back and forth. So I need address and then.
And I'll send you mine right back at you.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Man, if you guys want to go ahead and support CannaLean, so first thing you could do is follow CannaLean. That's at Drink CannaLean on IG. and other socials to see where you can pull up and get a few bottles, because they're always dropping the new location of where you can find it in the store. Also, you can check out the dope creations that I've seen on their page, like the chicken and waffles. They spiking Sprite. You know how you got to pull up with the Sprite. And our homie Chris, of course, with his roster recipes, man. Y'all gotta tap in. Make sure that you follow at Drink CannaLean on IG. You'll see it on the screen. You'll see it in the description. So, hey, man, let us know if there's another conversation between CannaLean and the Cannabruhz that can be had.
Always, bro. Always.
For all the people that are enjoying this, man, we're going to continue to have more of these BHM series spotlights for Black History Month. We got you. Make sure that you smash that subscribe button, drop your favorite emoji in the comment section, and head on over to MakeMentalityMerch.com. Make sure that you pick up some Make Mentality merch as soon as possible. Get your mind right and your closet where it needs to be. Of course, I'm your host, Jarrell. Shout out to Corey, my homie Corey. Y'all already know. Shout out to Chris and Kenny of CannaLean, man. Thank y'all. Hey, happy Black History Month, brothers.
Hey, now.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the show, welcome to the show. Here to give you knowledge that you didn't know. Put you on some game, now you got a buzz. You are now listening to Cannabruhz.